Okay, welcome back. We're going to continue working through study guide number 2. This is chapters 4 through 6, and your goal for this day is to complete problems 11 to 18. Don't lose heart, you guys. I think that this exam 2, is probably your most difficult exam, so hang in there. Okay, keep persevering. Let's dive right in. Problem number 11. You're supposed to translate this function rule. F of x equals the absolute value of x. If you remember this from, what was this, chapter 4, I guess? Chapter 4, when we did this. Absolute value graph, okay? Remember, looks like this. Where the absolute value of x, remember we can't have any negative absolute values because absolute value is a distance from 0. So with this, we could rewrite this as y equals the absolute value of x, f of x and y. Okay, we can translate back and forth between those two. That when x is 1, y is 1, when x is 2, y is 2, because they equal each other. Okay, that's the idea. Now, if you remember with our translations, for letter A, they're asking us to write the function rule of the translation for for f of the absolute value f of x, where f of x equals the absolute value of x. If we want to move this thing 2 units up, 2 units to the left and 6 units up. If I wanted to do that, move it 2 units to the left and 6 units up. Here's how I do it. Okay, f of x equals, not the absolute value of just x, but moving to the left, I'm going to add 2 units inside the absolute value. Okay, so this is inside the absolute value. When you're moving to the left or to the right, you've got this, and you're adding or subtracting. When you're moving to the left, you're going to be adding whatever value they ask you for. Goes here. Okay, when we want to move up or down, we are adding if we want to move up, subtracting if we want to go down. So in this case, we're going to be adding, and this value here goes outside of the absolute value sign. So this is the translation. If I wanted to move the vertex over 2 to the left and up 6, my new function rule would look like this. Okay, let's try it. You don't have to graph it, okay? You just need to know how to do it. Sorry, it's not number 12 yet. It's letter B. Okay, letter B is a little bit different situation. They want the same, it's the same function, okay? This one right here, f of x equals absolute value of x, but now we want to translate it 6 units down and 3 units to the right. Okay, so what we need to remember here when we're going down is that we're going to have x and whatever is happening here, and to go down, my translation is outside of the absolute value, and it's down means I'm going to subtract however many units. Okay, that's going to go in here. When I want to move to the right, it's going to be inside. This is inside, this is outside. This is inside. To move to the right, I'm going to subtract however many units goes inside of here. So my final answer is f of x equals, okay, I'm going to move 3 units to the right, so it's going to be x minus 3 down, so I'm going to subtract 6. That's how we're going to answer these problems for number 11, and I think I took you too far, so sorry guys. That's number 11 here. I'll make that adjustment, and I'll pick up with number 12 in the next. Oh no, I did start this at the right time. Okay, that was number 11. Great. Number 12. We're going to try to get through 18, and I think these are going to hopefully move a bit faster. We've got arithmetic sequences, again from chapter 4. The problem, well, the information they give us first is A1, which means the first term in a sequence, okay? The first term in this particular sequence is going to be 5. And the formula for this arithmetic sequence is that whatever position n, okay, the term is in the sequence, is going to be equal to the term before, whatever this term is, whatever number term it is in the sequence, we're going to find the term before it and add 2. We're given a1 equals 5. We're asked to generate the next 4 terms. So I want a2, a3, a4, and a5. Be careful, please. These are not exponents. They're just telling you the position of the term in the sequence. To do this, okay, I'm just going to fill in my formula. So if I want a2, then I want a 2 minus 1 plus 2. Well, a2 minus 1 is a1, right? 2 minus 1 is 1, plus 2. I know what a1 is. It's 5, plus 2 equals 7. The next term in the sequence, a2, is 7. To find a3, I find a3 minus 1, which is a2. I just found it, right? So I'm going to find a2 plus 2, which is 7 plus 2, is 9. For the next one, I want a4. So I'm going to find a4 minus 1, which is a3. That's what I just found, right? a3 plus 2. That was 9. a3 is 9. Plus 2 equals 11. a5, that's n. Okay, so n is 5. a5, the fifth term, is a5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. So the fourth term, which is this guy, 11 plus 2, which equals 13. So the next 4 terms in the sequence, we start with 5. The next 4 terms are 7, 9, 11, and 13. And I know that was a lot of work to just add 2 to each one, but that's the concept that you're demonstrating, that you understand. Okay, for number 13, we are going to use not the arithmetic sequence, but the explicit formula, okay, not the arithmetic formula, but the explicit formula to find the 52nd term. Now, we don't want to go through this 52 times, so we have another way that we can do this, right, guys? So here's the sequence: 12, 27, 42, 57, and so on. That's the sequence. This is A1. This is the first, this guy right here, is the first term in the sequence, okay? The explicit formula they gave us, they're going to give us the explicit formula. They're going to say whatever term you're looking for, whatever nth term you're looking for, is going to be equal to a1, whatever the first term is, plus n minus 1 times d. D is the difference between each term in the sequence. So what is the difference between each term in the sequence? Well, what is happening? When I go from 12 to 27, I increase, right? I'm increasing by 15, because 27 minus 12 is 15. Now, does that hold? Let's check. Do I increase 15 more from here? Let's check it out. 42 minus 27. This is 3, is 15. Yep. So this is an increase of 15. What about here? Do I increase 15? 57 minus 42 from here to the term before it. Yes. Okay, so I have a consistent difference here. The difference is 15. Okay, what I'm going to do to be able to find the nth term is I'm going to go ahead and put this 15 in here for D, and I'm going to simplify this formula to make it a little easier for myself. So AN equals A1 plus n minus 1 times the difference. Now, you know I could write the D in front, right? Because I can multiply in whatever order. So I'm going to go, oops, I want to put this as a 15. Sorry, I already wrote that. I want to go ahead and distribute this 15 to each term here so that I can get rid of these parentheses. And I end up with AN equals A1. Now, here's the next thing I want to do. I'm actually going to erase this A1. I know what A1 is. I'm going to erase it in both places, okay, guys? A1 is 12. I know what it is, so I'm just going to put it in here because I'm working specifically now with this formula. plus 15 times n is 15n. 15 times negative 1 is negative 15. I can now simplify this formula. Check this out. I've got some like terms. 12 minus 15, and then I've got a 15n. So I can simplify this so that I know that an, any term, is going to be equal to, I'm going to put that positive 15n in front. 15n, 12 minus 15 is negative 3. This is my simplified explicit formula for this sequence. Okay, I'm almost there. To find the 52nd term, I'm trying to find here a 52. So n is 52, guys. Is 15 times n is 52, that's what I'm looking for, minus 3. As soon as I solve that, I have the answer to this problem. So the 52nd term, 15 times 52, is going to give me 780 minus 3. So, the 52nd term is 777. That's how you find it. I know that's complicated, fairly long process, but you can do it. Don't give up. Persevere. Okay, a few more problems left. We're now on problem 14. We're going to try to get all the way to 18. Hang in there. Okay, 14, I'm going to do on the graph paper. I'm going to actually do it on my study guide here. Okay, so you can see it. Okay, so for number 14, you're finding the slope of this line. You have a couple options. Let me get this out. Sorry, guys. Okay, to find the slope of this line, I can either count. Okay, so remember, find a point, and you're always counting from left to right to find your slope. This is a negative slope. See how it falls? I already know that slope, which is m, is going to be negative something, okay? I want to figure out, I always go up or down first, and then to the right or left first. So to get to the next point, I go down 2, 1, 2. Oh, I already had a negative there. Down 2, 1, 2, and over 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's my slope as negative 2/3. If you want to check that, you can use your slope formula. Don't forget, your slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. To solve this, you need to figure out what these points are, so you can get an x1 and a y1 and an x2 and a y2. This point, 1, 2, 3, is negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. This point, you can just pick any 2 points. It doesn't matter which ones. You could have picked these 2 if you want. I'm going to go ahead and pick these 2. This point is 0, because I'm not moving off of my x, and I moved up 1. Okay? This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. I should be able to put those into this formula and get negative 2/3. I don't care which way you do it. You can count, or you can calculate. Let's see what happens when we calculate. So we get y2, which is 1, minus y1, which is 3, over x2, which is 0, minus x1, which is negative 3, right? If I do these calculations, 1 minus 3 is negative 2 over 0 minus negative 3. These 2 become a positive, and I get 3 here. Either way, my slope is negative 2/3. Okay, all right, that's number 14. So that one's on your graph. We can solve that guy. So I'm just going to write that here. Okay, that's on your graph. Let's go on now to number 15. Okay, I got to turn back. 15. You are, for problems 15 through 18, we want to write the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line. Okay, we want to write the slope-intercept equation of the line. So for 15, 16, 17, 18, that's what we're going to do. We are told here for number 15 that the slope is negative 3, and that I know 1 point on the line. It is 2, negative 5. I need to write an equation of a line in the form, okay, I'm going to write this in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope B is your y-intercept. It's whatever y is when x is 0. All right? Okay, to write the equation of this line, I know I'm going to have y equals, I already know what m is. That's the slope. Negative 3x. I don't know what b is. I don't know what this is yet. Okay, to find out what that is, I'm going to put x and y in here and solve it for b. This is x, this is y. So I have negative 5 equals negative 3 times 2 plus b. Negative 5 equals negative 6 plus b. Since this is a negative 6, I'm going to add it to each side to move it off of this right side of the equal sign and move it to the left side of the equal sign. I get a positive 1 equals b. Awesome. Okay, I know what b is now. So the equation of my line, remember, for the equation of my line, I need the slope and I need the y-intercept. The slope is negative 3. The y-intercept is plus 1. That's it. That's the equation of the line. Okay, let's move on to number 16. I think these will go a little bit faster. So we want to write the equation of a line passing through 0, 4, and 2, 7. This one just takes another step. Remember what I need for an equation of a line? Okay, my line is going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. To write this, I need to know what m is, and I need to know what b is. X and y are going to stay x and y in my equation. Okay, to find m, what you have to remember here, when you're given 2 points, is the equation of slope, we just did this, okay, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Label your points. x1, y1, x2, y2. Put them in the right place. Find m. I need m and b to get an equation. M is y2 is 7, y1 is 4, over x2 is 2, x1 is 0, and I get 3 over 2. That's m. M is 3 over 2. I just don't know what b is now. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, guys? So I know that y equals 3/2. That's my slope. X plus b. I don't know what this is yet. So I'm going to choose one of these points. It doesn't make any difference which one. I'm going to use the x and the y value and solve for b. If I use either one of these, they're going to give me the same answer. I'm going to pick this one because I like working with zeros. Okay, so y is 4 equals 3/2 times 0 plus b. I like that because anything times 0 is 0, so just get rid of that. And 4 equals b, so I know that b equals 4. So to write the equation of my line now, it's super easy. I have y equals m, 3/2, x plus b, which is 4. Okay, excellent. That is number 16. 17 and 18 are not more difficult. They look like they are, but they're not. You have a line passing through 7, 0, and it's parallel. Okay, so it's parallel. That's this symbol to y equals negative x minus 4. To write the equation of the line, again, this is the equation of the line that I want to write. I need to know what m is, and I need to know what b is, okay? The trick here is parallel. Parallel lines have the same slope, so this equation is telling me what the slope of my new line is. What is the slope of this line? It's -1, because I've got a negative in front of the x, set an implied 1 there. I know that the slope of my new line is going to be -1. I don't know what b is yet. Okay, I don't know what b is yet, but I do know that I want it to pass through this x and this y. So that's what I'm going to write. Y equals -1x plus b. My equation, I just got to solve for b, but I'm going to use this x and this y to find what my b value is. Okay, y is 0, -1 times 7 plus b. 0 equals -7 plus b. Add the 7, and you get 7 equals b. Excellent. B is 7. I have what I need now to write my line. The equation of my line. Y equals negative x, the slope is -1, so I just write negative x plus 7. That's the equation of the line that's parallel to this one that runs through this point. Okay, one problem left. Almost done with this section. This one is going to give you slightly different information, but it's the same process. So you know that you want your line for number 18 to run through the point -6, 1. Your line's going to hit that point. That's going to be a solution for your point. But it's going to be perpendicular, that's what that little symbol means, okay, to this line, 3x minus y equals 7. Okay, 3x minus y equals 7, perpendicular to that guy. Now, this is a little bit of a pain because this is in standard form, right? It's not in slope-intercept form. So perpendicular is telling me that the slope of my new line is going to be the negative reciprocal of the slope of this line. What is the slope of this line? Well, let's move some terms around. Careful, this is a negative y, okay? This is a negative y, so I need to divide this by -1, which means I need to divide every term, okay, by -1, and I end up with the equation of this line in slope-intercept form as y equals 3x minus 7. That's not my equation yet. That's just this equation in slope-intercept form. So we know that our new line is going to have a slope that's perpendicular to this slope. The slope of this line here is 3, okay? It's 3. So our perpendicular slope is going to be the negative reciprocal of 3, which is -1/3. I know that. I have to find a b value now. Okay, so once you kind of took that extra step here, find the negative reciprocal of whatever the slope of this line is, then you've just got to do what we've been doing to solve for b. So you know you want it to run through this x and this y. You know you're going to have y equals -1/3 x plus b. You don't know what b is, but you do know you want this x and y to be a solution for the line. So put it in there. Y is 1, -1/3 times x is -6. I'm going to write it as a fraction, okay, to make it easier for myself to see. -6/1 plus b1 equals, this is a negative times a negative is a positive, and I'm going to end up with 6/3, right? Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. I have two negatives, that's going to give me a positive, plus b1 equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. So that simplifies to 2, plus b, subtract the 2, and you get -1 is your b value. Excellent, so I know b is -1. Now, I can write, finally, the equation of my line. I have the information I need. So my new line has the equation y equals -1/3 x. Sorry, it's trying to focus, I think. -1/3 x minus 1. Okay, hopefully, guys, you can see that, and that's in focus. That's the equation of my new line. That's as far as I'd like for you to get on day 2 of exam 2, and I'll make you another video, okay, with the final problems for that exam 2 covering chapters 4 through 6.